oynayacaksın amına
Ay,
koyayım ya.
Just Cause oynamayacağım. Hazır mısın? Çok uğrayacaksın.
Kanka şu an bekliyorum. Yayın açmamız.
Açtım. Açtım.
Bak yalnız. Bu ne oğlum istiyor?
Var.
Bu ne kanka?
Nasıl?
Oyunlar oynamazsak üstüne aptal ya. Yemin ediyorum.
Düşünür. Son derece zekidir. İnsanların arası çok kötüdür. İnç bilgileri ve orijinal fikirleri vardır. Fazlasıyla psikolojikte çekici bir kişi fakat biraz dengesizdir. Aşırı fiziksel dünyayla bir etkileşime geçer.
Oğlum bu ne amına?
Bilmem, bakacağız.
Lan niye bu oyunu oynuyorsun? Bedava değil.
Aynanın ardında beklersin, elin yalar orada ikamet eder. Yeteneklerin en berrak suda bile boğulur insan. Bedava değil. Millet ölüp duruyor diye. Millet ölüp duruyor diye. Hiçbir şey yok, yalnızcılık.
You're conscious for men, Sinny. No larger than a single grain of malt.
Ne, hiçbir şey yok, yalnızcılık değil. Bilincin karanlıkta bir mantıncı kadar küçük, artık hiçbir şey yapmana gerek yok. Hiç.
Never ever.
Hiç ama hiç mi var olmamayı sürdüre dur. Bilemedim ki.
Yarrağımı yiyip sürdür o zaman.
An inordinate amount of time passes.
Haddinden uzun süre geçiyor. O anlar içinde mücadele
No
ederek
ex-wives are contained within
gençlerden
it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. So do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Umurumda değil aptalım.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing,
Anlamadım
dancing
şimdi.
to disco
O da
music.
hiç hoşuna gitmez. Seni çevreye... Fikrimi değiştirdim, ben o şekilsiz bedenli.
Oo, mekanikler bayağı iyi kanka, okuma yazmanı geliştiriyor mu?
Konuşma.
Mekaniklere bak ya.
Konuşma ağzın.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound. A clarion.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage.
Ne oldu? Salak çocuk, sen Witcher'da kararların şeyi yönetiyor dememiş miydin? Oyunu.
En nefret ettiğim oyun bu. Böyle bu oyunlar işte, bu kamera açısı, bu nefret ediyorum. Oynamak da istemiyorum. Ya bu ne amına koyayım?
Ha?
You hear a jingle. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast.
E, bura nasıl gidiyor? Suluğu kapatamıyor mu?
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of... Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to... Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, behold,
İyi.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Aa 390 bin olmuş lan konsola. Son 10 bin abone. 400 olmuş.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy, things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice kinema. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. The clip is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lemillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. It's too late. Like an image on film. The
Ne?
expression
Dolmabahçe. Oha,
belongs to your
Dolmabahçe'ye gitmiş.
primary motor cortex. It would take a
Dolmabahçe
minor
sarayda.
neurological miracle
Mevlüt
for
Ağa'nın
you to
ananı
cease
sikiyim. Semazen dönüyor lan.
Ne?
Semazenler dönmüş. Böyle saat. Kadın her gittiğinde ya. Çok tatlı geliyor.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly
Bilmiyorum.
horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to
Öyle
one of the
söyleyeyim.
blades.
Şu biz bununla bir video çekmiş daha. Ben sana bunu attım mıydım? Skibidik Challenge,
The
dans show,
blades come
Yasin
squeaking
Cengiz,
to a halt.
göbek show,
It should
bay
be easier
göbek
to
show,
reach the tie
dance.
now.
And şimdi bom bom yes yes.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The switch must be broken
Kanka,
because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to
o
feel
bu
like
Alexis Fats
vaporized
askerlik
urine.
yapmış.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off
Gaziler günü kutlu
immediately.
olsun.
You
Annemden
could
hava
practically feel
kuvvetlerinde
the photons
fotoğraflarımı
burning a
istedi ve
hole in
bana
your
bunu
brain.
gönderdi. Bu resimlerden 18
Your
yaşındayım.
eyes
Temel
burn
eğitime
with
girerken
photosensitivity. It's not good.
oha!
The
O bu
lights
kadın en
are
porno
off
izleyen
again.
asker miymiş?
Kim?
Alexis Fats.
Bilmem. Ama senin Dexter'ı izlemen gerektiğini biliyorum. Oğlum oha, bu oyun ne böyle ya? Başka bir şey yok herhalde.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Vay be.
The shards face outward.
Ama ben
Whatever broke
anladığınıza
this window
bakmadım. Bayağıdır
came from
bakalım.
the inside.
Yok, yok.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside.
Oğlum Kerem
The
Aktürk'ün
cool
da
wind
yedemiyor
gushes
mu?
in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Hak ettin amına koyayım sen. Herkesten çok hak ettin.
Ben? Ben.
The window stands broken. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy.
Balkondan dışarı nasıl çıkacağım?
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than a silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far...
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Hı? Tamam. Hadi yürü.
Oynamak ama koşuyorum ya.
She nods.
Abi kafayı yiyeceğim ya, yiyeceğim ya gece gece. Bu ne amına koyayım kanka?
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. No. You see, that's not what you said. Come on, man. Pretty, please. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Has the time come already? Mere minutes. I should go and prepare then. Thank you. This has been delightful. I hope it does all come crashing down. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
There they both are, two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakes like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. Still no answer. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside, through a PA system, by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. You should sing the sad small church. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting as everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stay Koarius Skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird in a competent work of taxi. Looks like the bird was ripped. This is the great The small steel tag says as much. The great Skua. Stay Koari.
Look, your buddy. Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to hear you. A competent. Looks like this is the great The small steel tag.
Look, why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to. A competent. Looks like this is the great The small steel tag. The man plucks at the seabird, frowning.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it. No, I'm not the bar.
He's very animated all of us.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who's... I have 3 cafeterias to manage. She just...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it. No.
He's very animated.
No.
He's very
That period of my... I have 3... She just...
His eyes dart. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on. As you approach, he narrows on the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand this. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree. where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who'll need you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are...
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place. Perhaps another time. Of course, dear.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding.
Mr. Gart, right? You run...
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your have. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can...
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what... I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you a white...
Real mature man.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know. to help me narrow it down a bit? Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RC. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants...
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a...
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's strike, coup, revolution. It's
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
Politics is habit-forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant to police.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. A security guard or worker of some sort. They didn't identify them. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock worker, just to be clear, we are police. Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother. But from my mother's, it's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say...
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul.
A point of pride to him.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my...
The lieutenant produces his small... We all have our different mediums. His is written.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties. That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to...
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drink.
What do you want to know? Good.
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates. This must be the infernal machine, that toy from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and as you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheated, the frequency tableau lights up, and the soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves.
This is Precinct 50.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from...
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your state? 10-18, state your message, sir.
But you said... never mind.
10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Law.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before.
Oh, goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this time
Mullen dicked us.
he's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite Officer Vicmar concurs. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your miss.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen.
What's going on?
Super cop here, lost.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. "10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for...
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone. You're...
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
lying over the phone. It's...
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor... Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running...
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. "10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
What? What is...
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Excuse me, sir. Over. Come again, sir? I didn't get that. 10-4, well...
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his date.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him.
Sir, satellite officer V. So, was there anything else? Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer? Officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox. The worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Yes?
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Me?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a...
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Salts? Ammonium salts? Perhaps.
Me?
She hides it well, but
Is there?
the quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think, some shops and a bridge, just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay. What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersect, no problem.
She's very well composed. Back straight.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
a gander and a hunt.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oil.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I...
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know.
Ah, yes. From the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long.
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. Okay, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really...
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the mid.
Ask for his conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Don't be a stranger.